Hello, I'm that James guy, and today I'm gonna fix my BMW again. So what we have this time is a broken intake pipe, and that's really bad. So let's get the hood open and I'll show you what I'm talking about. Reach down in here, pull the lever, and clunk, warnings, all sorts of stuff. So let's get the hood open. It's a little rainy out today, but a little rain never hurt anybody. At least it's nice and bright out here. The other day I was changing the air filter. I had this guy off. This whole entire thing here is the air box. And from the right side here, you can see the air box. You see the mass airflow sensor, and you see where it goes down, comes across, and in there goes into the turbocharger intake. But what I found was the end at the turbocharger isn't actually really connected to anything. And for those of you who know anything about cars or engines, having an intake pipe that isn't connected very well is very bad. So I've purchased a new pipe. Hopefully I can fix that and show you guys how that's done. So starting off here at the mass airflow sensor, I'm gonna go ahead and remove this clamp. Oh, my fancy new screwdriver. Hey guys, I'll just show you this. Look how amazing that is. Oh, can you see it? Can you see it? Oh, right there. The Peterbilt logo. Isn't that something else? Anyway. And what I'll do now is I'll just take this pipe and I'll wiggle it and push it off the airbox. Next, let's get this connector taken off for the mass airflow sensor. We can just put that out of the way, and we are ready to yank this airbox off. Just got to pull this pipe off. Just a second here. There. I think it just needs a good pull now. Pull. Pull. And on the other end, probably just a pull. There you go. We can chuck that over there. That's our airbox. And now you can see the intake pipe in question. That intake pipe. There's a breather pipe that goes to the valve cover, upper side of the engine, and a couple more little thingies, but you can see down there, hard to see. Let me try and zoom in. Yeah, you'll see there. It goes into the turbocharger down there. So we need to put a new one of those on and go from there. So next, let's start pulling stuff off that pipe. So first things first, there's a big giant zip tie holding this to this breather pipe to the intake pipe. Obviously this zip tie wasn't there from the factory. Somebody has been in here and broken it. Broken things. Nice. Doubled up zip tie. That's makes me feel really nice and warm inside. We'll pull this electrical connector off. Obviously that has to come out of the way. We've got a couple more fittings in here. Let's try and pull this guy out. Wiggly. That should just pull out. Maybe some more pulling is required. More wiggling. Oh, there's another zip tie. They really zip tied this thing. Nice. Another zip tie. Beauty. Okay. There's our breather off. Our electrical connector off. Now we just have this. You can see here, these lines here. And all you do is squeeze these tabs, and these should pop off. And please don't break. Please don't break. Please don't break. The struggle is real. There we go. There's one. It can kind of just go here somewhere. And there's one more. This one's going to be a bit more difficult, I can tell. There we go. That was a bit of a struggle. Just so you know, this pipe should not be coming out so easily, because it's broken. Broken is bad. So now I need to get the other end off. That's at the turbocharger. And there is a 10mm nut that holds it on. That's what that looks like in there. You can see the nut there that holds it together, I think. Let's try and do this. Okay, I broke this little tab off, trying to, oh man, foggy in the rain, nice, a little bit of character. Broke this tab off, doesn't really matter, that's just part of the broken pipe. So I'm going to try and get my pliers in here now, and I'm going to try and pull this whole thing out of here. There, I win. Vice grips for the win. So, when in doubt, grab the vice grips. Anyway, you can see here how this broke. That used to go on there. Am I worried? This thing was sucking in dust and debris. But there's enough oil around here. It's normal. There's where this breather comes down from the valve cover. A little bit of oil gets into the inlet of the turbo, and that's perfectly normal on cars like this, unless you put a catch can on. Some people are obsessed with putting catch cans on so that no oil gets into this kind of stuff. But I think in our case, oil may have saved the day. A bit of oil around here, even though it's not quite sealing, perhaps kept the dust from getting in my engine. I'm going to go with that. Here's the new pipe. All ready to go. It comes out of the box this way. Really nothing to do. Has a new fresh seal on the end. Nice rubber seal. It's got this cap in here, but don't let that fool you. What I would do always, whenever you get something like this, I was in a cardboard box and there was cardboard dust everywhere, so I would still blow this thing out. You don't want any debris, dust, anything getting in your engine, which is ironic given the situation here. But this thing's ready to go. I've blown it out already. We'll take that cap off and we'll jam it back in and go from there. Okay, we're getting real close to the end of this wretched repair with this wretched rain, wretched cold weather. Hey, the trick to these little silicone-y type connections. Oh, I should probably put this in the correct direction, huh? Little bit of silicone spray. It's not made out of petroleum, so it's not going to degrade rubber. You just put a little squirt of that in all these things, and guess what? They just kind of pop into place. Watch this. Punk. Punk. Good to go. I actually put that on the main, the main where the turbocharger pipe went into the inlet there. A little bit of silicone spray on that seal there, and it just punk, it popped right in. It's the way to do it. That way everything just kind of fits together beautifully. I'm really happy once I got that nut started, which really sucked. That was really not fun to do. Once I got it started and everything's all back together, this thing's actually gone quite well. It had its moments, awful moments, where I almost said bad words, but I didn't. And we're almost done. So we'll just finish this up, a couple connectors, and I'm not going to road test it now, but maybe I'll go for a little rip later. We'll see. I really like the way this went. I hope it works. Don't see why it won't. And we'll call that a day. So that's it. And as usual, a couple things. Number one, try not to work when it's this cold out and raining. You can see there's snow on the ground. It's about 4 Celsius. It's gross. Really gross outside right now. I could barely feel my fingers starting that nut at the turbo inlet around the corner where I couldn't even see it. I'm lucky I didn't drop that thing and lose it forever. Number two, I think I'm going to do an introductory video to this car soon. It's called the BMW. Sorry, I can't come up with anything better than that. But yeah, I will introduce it one of these days. Number three, what was number three? I remember, number three, that's right. I think, so whenever I did any changes in throttle on this car, it seemed to hesitate once in a while, do funny things. You know, you'd put it on, it would kind of hesitate and then go, but just once in a while, really intermittently. I think maybe that was because we had some air leaking past the masked airflow sensor. Some of it was leaking at the turbo, not all the air was going through the MAF sensor. So perhaps the immediate throttle response stuff that a MAF sensor takes care of, perhaps I fixed that. I'm gonna go for a rip later today, and we'll see. I sure hope so. Anyway, I'll see you next time.